Violence has continued now up and down England for a number of days, and the globalist puppet Keir Starmer has once again come out with another speech. So let's listen to what he has to say.
I utterly condemn the far-right thuggery we've seen this weekend. Be in no doubt, those that have participated in this violence will face the full force of the law. The police will be making arrests, individuals will be held on remand, charges will follow, and convictions will follow. I guarantee you will regret taking part in this disorder, whether directly or those whipping up this action online and then running away themselves. This is not protest. It is organised, violent thuggery, and it has no place on our streets or online. Right now, there are attacks happening on a hotel in Rotherham. Marauding gangs intent on law-breaking, or worse. Windows smashed, fire set ablaze, residents and staff in absolute fear. There is no justification, none, for taking this action. People in this country have a right to be safe, and yet we've seen Muslim communities targeted, attacks on mosques, other minority communities singled out, Nazi salutes in the street, attacks on the police, wanton violence alongside racist rhetoric. So no, I won't shy away from calling it what it is, far-right thuggery.
So there you can see he's obviously talking about far-right thuggery. Straight away, he's in there talking about far-right thuggery and that they will regret their actions. Now, you've seen from the video the violence, and I would utterly condemn that violence. That's not protest. That is thuggery. But he is singling it out and calling it far-right thuggery. Now, there's been many videos over the weekend on social media, and I've witnessed various different clips of white people being attacked by groups of Asians, but also Asian men and black men being attacked by a group of white people. So I will condemn all the violence and will call it out for what it is. That is thuggery and violence and the actions of violent men. But what we need to be aware of is being divided. The reality is that these globalists, they want us divided. They want us divided, and they want these riots to continue because they have their solution. And as you listen to him there, he talked about regretting their actions, but he also specifically mentioned people who've been, spreading misinformation online or stirring it up online. Now, there are people on there that are used to stir up hatred. And what they're doing is that they're putting videos out there. They're not directly calling for violence. So you've got Stephen Lennon, aka Tommy Robinson, and he's saying, well, I'm not calling for violence, but what he's doing is he's putting videos out there and that will show groups of Asians marauding around or white men being attacked. So what he's doing is stirring up hatred by just the videos that he's putting out there. He's not having a balanced view of the whole situation. Now, it is a legitimate concern of mass immigration. It's definitely a legitimate concern. But what are these people fighting for? What are they wanting to protect? Are they wanting to protect, when they talk about the English life or the English culture, what is it they're protecting? Are they protecting drunkenness, being able to go to the pub? Are they protecting the fact that this country has legalized the killing of babies, abortion? Do they want to protect LGBTQ propaganda being pushed on our children? What are they wanting to protect? Because if these are the things they're wanting to protect, we are not the same. That's not the England that I want. The England that I want is one that serves the biblical God, the real God, that has family values, traditional family values, that puts emphasis on the family, not upon individuality and selfishness. So these people that are going out causing all kinds of chaos, they do need dealing with. But the reality is these globalists want the division to continue. Keir Starmer, if you watched him on the video, he believes these things that much that he continually, what did he do? Look down, because he's reading off a script. He's an actor. They're all actors. The world is a stage. This is a masquerade. Welcome to the masquerade. We need to be aware of the plan that's in place. This mass immigration of mainly single males of fighting age, it is pre-planned, it's engineered, and it's not organic. We need to take a balanced view of what's going on. We need to condemn the violence, but we also need to accept that there are legitimate concerns regarding this mass immigration and the problem it brings, because they do not assimilate into this culture that they're coming into. They have no links to this country. But in turn, the hatred is on the rise, and it is being fueled by the Prime Minister. He's fueling hatred because he doesn't mention anything about Muslim violence or anything like that. He's straight away saying far-right thuggery and saying they're going to spend, up to another £30 million protecting mosques and all these types of things. So he himself is causing division, which is obviously what he's been brought in for. He's a globalist puppet. Agent provocateurs turn up to these protests and they stir up trouble. And that's what they do. Even the police use them. This has been done for years and years. Agent provocateurs are used to stir up trouble. And people who are committing these acts of violence, people like Tommy Robinson or Nigel Farage or any politician that is, against immigration or whatever and seeks to be stirring things up online, they're not going to be interested when you're sat in a prison cell and they're sat in their, large homes that have been paid for because they're millionaires, because that's what they are. They're not going to care about that. So people need to be aware of the game. It's a game. They're all in on it. They're all in on it. Starmer, globalist puppet. Farage is a Freemason, funded by Zionists. So's Tommy Robinson. People need to wake up. This is being done on purpose, and there's going to be a lot of people in serious trouble over these riots. We need to stick together and we need to expose the lies. This is an information war, and the more people that get on board and realise that this is being done on purpose and it's part of the plan, the more people that spread that information and fight this information war, the better.